Good afternoon. This is the 1996 Scott Tournament of Hearts at the Omniplex in Drayton Valley. I'm very proud to have two great teams today, Cathy Borst and Cheryl Coleman, repeat from last year. With me today we've got Ross Foster and Dave Slaczynski doing the color play-by-play. So shortly we're going to start with a game, and we're going to have Dave do a little bit of a interview with our head official. So we'll stand by for that and get to the action very shortly.
Hello, I'm Dave Slaczynski, and I'd like to introduce Hazel Radwell, the head official from NELCA. Hazel, first question I got to ask you, how were all these volunteer officials from the Drayton Valley? Did they do a good job for you?
We had a great bunch of people out here this week. They were very dedicated, very hardworking, very enthusiastic. You could just feel the tension when they walked in, and once they got going, they were just great. I want to thank every one of them and all the ones that came out from the city and from around too. It's just been a great week with all the officials.
Well, that's good to hear. Also, did you have any problems with the teams? Was it pretty good when there ever any calls were made?
None of them liked being a rock pulled on them, but they were very understanding. We got the odd bad look, but that's bound to happen. It's been great, really. The teams have been wonderful.
Well, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to work with you. I was working with Hazel on all of the judging and stuff as a volunteer, and it's just been a pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you again out here.
Oh, if they want me back, I'll sure come. It's been a pleasure working with everybody, and it's been a top-notch affair from start to finish. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Well, good afternoon. We're back at the 1996 Scott Tournament of Hearts, the very first rock to be thrown, and we're going to end up with, I'm sure, a battle like they had in Medicine Hat last year. Same two teams. With me is Ross Foster and Dave Slaczynski, curling extraordinaire, color men. What do you expect out of this game today, Dave? A little bit better than the opening draw where Kullman just waxed Borst.
Oh, I expect a lot out of today. The way the teams have been curling the last few games, last night's game, Borst's team curled at an average of 83%, and so did Kullman's. And so we're in for a real battle today.
But we got a treat already. They're going to have to bring out the biter bar in the first rock of the game here to see if it's in the house to determine whether it's in free guard zone or whether the Kullman team can hit it here. I haven't seen this one yet this week. Have you guys?
No, not this weekend. I haven't seen it. No. Yeah, here she comes. She's going to throw the 6-foot bar on it and determine whether it's within the rings or not.
Yeah, that's the option of the team that is going to throw their next rock to make sure that one isn't biting. If they go to try and hit it and they think it's biting, well, then you got a problem.
Yeah, I've heard of, I know this is a rule one. I've never ever seen it done though before.
Swinging by.
I don't think that it's in. No, it wasn't in. It just must be about a 1/16 of an inch out.
Well, these two girls, like we say, did battle in Medicine Hat last year, and Borst came out the winner. Kullman went undefeated last year, and same situation, same scenario. Kullman's got to be thinking about that just a little bit, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like deja vu. I don't know. It's got away in their mind a little bit, but I know they sure want to try and get rid of that memory from last year.
A little wiser when they're play, a little older, and the 8-0 record really should indicate that they have been the best team all week, and I guess it's just a matter of last shot in the 10th end again, like we had in our semifinal last night.
Yeah, we'll hope it comes right down to final end here. This is Kate Horn, the lead on the Cathy Borst rinks, throwing her second rock, just playing a hit on that red one that's sitting in the back 8-foot. Looks like she might just roll out. It's going to give Cheryl a chance to hit that front centerline guard.
They were really offensive last night, Kullman against Orsini. I never seen that many rocks in play for a long time, but the Borst Hanfield was really tight. They didn't mix it up a whole bunch.
Oh, it was pretty much wide open.
I think you'll find today that Coleman, she likes to mix it up, and every game that she's played in, there've been rocks all over the place, and if you want to do that, there's not much the other team can do about it with the free guard. So I think we're going to be in for a lot of good hit and rolls today.
Yeah, that's one thing about Cheryl. She's so confident in the rest of her teammates, able to make every single shot that she's not afraid to play any game at all.
Percentages have indicated that All-Star skip for the week, was it Kullman or Borst?
Yeah, I think Cathy was the All-Star skip for the week.
She started out really bad with a very under 50% in that first game against Kullman, but since then she's turned around and come up with some pretty fine shot making.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost think Cathy, she's on a good roll right now. I know I talked to them earlier today, and they're feeling good and very, very confident in their game here. So I think we're going to be in for a good treat.
0-3 is the way she started, and then now she's gone 5-0.
Yeah, she's gone. She won her last 4 round robin games, then won the shootout, and then won her semifinal game against the Hanfield team last night. This is the second for the Cheryl Coleman's team, Barb Sherrington.
She just playing it up tight, Ross, does it looks like?
Yeah, Cheryl just yelled. She wants it nice and tight. Doesn't want to leave anything very high here. That's a good shot. Good corner guard.
Yeah, a lot of teams first end would go in the house and say, okay, let's just play hit, and get through the first couple ends, but not her right off the bat. And you know, what the ice is so good now, it starts out here fairly normal, and so the ladies, they can play that if they want, but a lot of them don't. They like to try and play it fairly clean.
Yeah, you're going to see 2 different styles here. Cathy's the one that likes to try and keep the house fairly clean, nothing up front, and you can see that already. She's trying to hit that corner guard, going to try and roll her shooter into the center line. And I'm sure if she gets a nose hit here and sits right there, you're going to see Cheryl go right around immediately, but good shot. Rolled that shooter right in the house. It was a great shot by the second on the Cathy Borst team, Brenda Bormer-Cassidy.
Brenda curled with, did you say Deb Santos last year?
Yeah, she played with Deb Santos down at Provincials last year in Medicine Hat.
Coleman's team, this been intact for the last couple of years. They were here for our fall classic, and they've been curling together. Were they the same team in Medicine Hat?
Yeah, this is the same team they had last year down there in the Hat.
The voices aren't too high and intense yet, because when they get into the third end, they get to a pretty high pitch. Feedback into the mics, we can tell that for sure.
Yeah, they haven't, nothing's really, no come-arounds or anything like that yet, so they don't have to do too much shrilling yet.
This broadcast is brought to you by some sponsors, along with the people at Videotron. We have the West Winds Black Gold, our host hotel, Wildcard Enterprises, Sunshine Ford Mercury, and the Darlington Audio. So little extras from these people have helped with putting together this telecast of the Scott Tournament Alberta Finals in 1996.
That was Maureen Brown, the third for the Cathy Borst rink, just coming down and hitting that one right on the nose. I think you're going to see that Cheryl's going to come up and hit it as well. It's just too close to the rings. Oh, actually, here we go. This is the Cheryl Coleman we've come to know. She's going to go right around that thing immediately. She's not even going to worry that that's not her stone sitting there.
Well, that's the way she's played all week, so I guess that's what got her to where she's at. So, first end.
Yeah, she's going to see if she can't get a jump here. Sometimes it can work for you, sometimes it can backfire, but she's played with the fire all week, and she's 8-0, so who can argue with her strategy?
Karen Roos, the third for Kullman. She was the all-star skip for the week, too, I believe. She ended up with the best percentages.
Yeah, I think she was the all-star third. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, right down, T-line weight, partially undercover. I say when you're that confident in the rest of your team's abilities, you just play the games, make the shots.
We've got a 2-hour tape here that we're going to run today and try and get the entire game in, except for the early ends. We may switch to picking up the third rocks on the second, third, and fourth end,
like be here and
depending on timing and how well the game is going. we want to make sure that we don't miss any of the final 9th and 10th end.
This is Maureen Brown, third for Cathy's team, throwing her second rock. Kullman has got hammer this first end.
No line. No line. Yep. Free!
They were saying that the ice in Drayton Valley has been very good all week, but once it gets to the line, it really does snap over and gives them an opportunity to get around some cover. But like you see, we've seen the odd guard, they just rack off of it.
That's actually a good shot there for Cathy. She's split them in the house now, so Cheryl's going to have to make a play on it here, and she happens to roll out here. Cathy'd have a wide open hit for to lay two.
So turn comes up.
Yeah,
Nice, Karen, actually.
the
Phil,
pressure's
yeah.
going to be on
Same
all
way.
the way through this one, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're already seeing lots of rocks in play again, just like we'd mentioned, how Cheryl Coleman likes to play it.
There's
So
third Karen Roos again.
Clean.
this is the last third stone this end.
Off.
Hanging out there a bit.
Off.
No, she's going to roll it to the other side of the house.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. She's going to roll out, so that's going to
Other
give
side
Cathy
out of the house.
She's going to give Cathy's going to have a chance here to hit and be laying two. So you may see that Cheryl Coleman may be forced to take one now.
Talking to our president, Larry Pazlowski, and asked him how it went throughout the week, and he said really good. He's a couple of thank yous. He said as Harold Schmiegelt from AGT searched around our territory out here and come up with some extra radios that we could use for our officials. We had some radio problems, and that was taken care of. Franklin jumped in and last minute to help on a bunch of extra photocopy equipment. The biggest problem was a photocopier that wouldn't work, and that sort of puts the stats girls and the data people into a little bit of a bind.
I thought Larry might have been a repairman there for a while, Xerox man, because he seemed to be fixing that dear old copier more than it was working.
Well, that's what we have presidents of curling clubs for, to make sure they take care of all the little things. Cathy Borst, first rock.
Just trying to come down and hit this one of Cheryl Coleman, sort of sitting in the 4-foot.
She might roll this one out too.
Yeah, working it. I don't
No,
know.
that's a
I
great.
think, no, she's just out of the
Slipped it
rings.
out of the rings.
Yeah, she just slipped out, so that's going to give Cheryl the opportunity now to hit this one.
Boy, I can't believe that one rolled out of there. Can
No,
you?
no.
That boy, the rings must be lively today. I heard that from Renee Hanfield. She says, "Holy, the rings are lively." And
Yeah, you just about have
you
to
could
hit the
just
entire rock, or it's going to squirt out on you.
Doesn't look like this will break out here or anything.
She's got to be careful she doesn't run that back on that one that just rolled out of the back of the house too.
Yeah, she just has to make sure she doesn't jam it there. Nose hit, and she'll be sitting pretty good.
I haven't seen her miss too many takeouts this week. Has she had a flash, do you think? I
Well, I
haven't.
can't remember one, not with a record of 8. No, she couldn't have missed too many.
No, she's been curling very, very well.
Ace must be running fairly straight. They are holding the broom right in the middle of the rock, so it's running pretty straight out there.
Cheryl, which club out of Calgary does she play for? Do you know, Ross? Cheryl Coleman, which club does she play out of? Out of the
I believe they play out of the Calgary Winter Club. Is where they play out of.
and Cathy Borst plays out of the Otwell,
Yeah, she's out of the Otwell.
Edmonton.
yeah, both these teams curl in the Super Leagues. Coleman, she curls out of the one at the Glencoe in Calgary, and Cathy at Otwell, like you said, and they get a lot of experience with the best men's teams in Alberta, and so that's why they're curling at such
Yeah,
top
the
level.
percentages, Dave, has just been really strong too. They right up there in the 70s and 80s, and really quite outstanding.
This is the last rock of Cathy Borst here in the first end.
Whoa. Easy. Yep.
She's worried about jamming it.
Oh no, she jammed
did
that.
too.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that little rocket play in the back. Yeah, free
boy, I
draw.
tell you, that is just an unfortunate break for Cathy there. One stone sitting in the back of out of the house at the back there, and she had to jam on it. Let's give Cheryl Coleman a chance to draw for 2, and there's nothing like starting out with a deuce in that first end, Dave.
Oh yeah, boy, it just gives your team a big upper, and the team that doesn't get the 2, a little bit down. But I watched some teams up by 5 points that never got down, and there's a class bunch of curlers out here, and these 2 are the top 2.
It'll be interesting to see if Cheryl's got draw weight here this first end. She played take-out with her first rock, so now she's come down with a draw.
First game we had one of Cheryl's rocks pulled for a hogline infraction. She's not used to the fast ice here in Drayton Valley, and she thrust out of there and over the hog line and had one pulled. It didn't have much bearing on the game, but she said she wasn't really used to the fast ice.
I think
here.
she's a little stiff here. I think she's a little bit quick. They haven't laid a broom to this one at all.
Break 1, break 2.
Boy, I think she slipped
Pretty
that
close.
through the rings. I don't know. We might see another biter bar swing here.
That's really something. So
We'll
the
find
fighter
out how
bar
true
out
these
twice
rings
in
are
the,
after all.
twice in the first end.
No, I think
No.
she was out. No, she threw it right through.
Was out.
I'm pretty sure it was out there. Boy, that was a big break. Cathy jams, and then Cheryl throws her neck through.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to pause here for a second and pick it back up in the second rocks, or pardon me, the third rocks in the next few ends to make sure we get enough tape to finish out the entire game. We're back at it here. Not much in play right now. It's quite open.
The Cat threw up the corner guard there, and then Cheryl with her last stone just threw up a centerline guard, and then Cathy came down and peeled it off, and Cheryl's asked for another centerline guard again. This one's going to be fairly tight to the rings.
Yeah, she's
Right here.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yep.
Just in front where she wanted to be.
left at the front.
Yeah, you don't want to put that, when she does go tight up there, you don't want to put it too tight that they can hit and roll in behind that corner. So you want to make sure you're just far enough out front that they can't come around it easy, or that they can't roll in into the 12-foot.
This is Maureen Brown, the third for Cathy's team, for their first rock.
Clean, yep. Yep. Hurry hard. Hurry. Roll it.
She wanted that to roll a little further than what it did, but
Yeah.
left it a little high.
Yeah, you're going to see Cheryl come around this one.
Yeah, she won't waste no time on
Should be
no.
okay too.
Yeah, she motioned just top of the house or come around.
Yeah, she wouldn't be too sad if she stopped just, like, say, on the center line, top of the house. This is Karen Roos, the third of the Cheryl Coleman rink with her second rock.
Room.
Both these girls are former provincial champions. Cheryl Coleman in 1992, and also was a 1993 mixed Canadian champion. And Cathy Borst, last year's Alberta champion, and did very well. Got down where the ice lady, Connie Lilaberger, beat her in the Canadian final. So we're going to have, I think, a very strong representative for Alberta, regardless whether it's Kullman or Borst.
Yeah, that's for sure, Bruce. Cathy's going to come down and hit this one that Karen Roos threw in the house. She's going to see if she can't get a little roll behind that one yellow guard that's out front there.
Drayton Valley's Omniplex and our curling club opened up in 1991, and we got some very flat ice or flat concrete poured, and we've been very fortunate to come up with excellent ice conditions. 3 years with the Fall Classic, and now hosting provincial finals. It's very proud to have these events here. That's a very good shot. Zip it in behind
That was
cover.
a good shot by Maureen. She didn't quite roll behind that guard, but rolled a little farther, but it's still going to be a tough shot for Cheryl. She's going way out in the wing there, and one never knows what the ice is going to do over that far.
Are these girls superstitious or what? They got the special little hand signals, hand slapping, and there was one that said something about the Handfield team. They bought you some muffins the first game because you let them in to do a little extra practicing, and as it turned out, they were buying you muffins right up until they lost the game here the other day. Is that right?
Yeah, that superstition, they figured that they weren't going to change anything. They were buying Ron and I muffins, and they, like I say, came right up till last night. I was sitting here eating at 12. We were televising, and we sure appreciate them. They were a good bunch of girls. They were nice young ladies.
Yeah, great crews of curlers here this last few days. Only one team had a tough one, and that was the Wilburn rink out of Valley View. They were 0-7, where Kullman was 7-0. But she's made a lot of shots like that all week long.
Yeah, it was a great shot. Just flopped in a little bit further, so it made it a little bit tougher for Cathy to come around and try and get a hit and roll behind that guard now.
I think you're going to see what's going to win this game is a team that
There.
makes those hits and rolls.
Doesn't move much here.
Because it was so steady with the open hits, and that it's just going to come down to the hits and rolls. That's one reason why Cheryl Coleman is here, because she has been making so many hits and rolls, and you know that's what does it.
Yeah, she beat both Renee Hanfield and Simone Hanfield by in the 10th end when she was able to hit and roll behind guards on both those teams, and that's how she ended up winning both those games. Great shots out of her.
Yeah, we had a very strong field of 8 teams. Like I say, the only one was Wilburn out of Valley View, and it was the first time, I think, that any big playoffs, and they played well, but just couldn't quite squeak out a win.
This is Cathy Borst's first rock here in the second end.
Ball. Easy, easy.
I think she's out on it a little bit. They said
Yep.
easy.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hit and roll out here. That's going to give Cheryl the chance to maybe go around the one corner guard that's on the center line more. Yeah, that's exactly what she did here. So I'm sure you're going to see Cheryl try and put it on the 4-foot around that one guard.
Yeah, she just left it out a little bit.
This is nice for Cheryl Coleman to have 2 free draws in the first 2 ends. You know, Cathy would have liked to have hit on that one, even if she stayed in the open and just not give the other skip a chance to draw.
Maybe we can pick up what they're saying in the house there.
Playing here, coming in this way. Well, I've been taking here for, it's been running really straight this way too. We threw this. I'm just gonna take, I had you about there, so I'm just gonna take about here. No, gotta let it get to the center. See through normal down here?
Yeah, they were just discussing in the house there and what they're going to do. She's just going to come around and
Try to vary around that one. Yeah, the only thing she doesn't want to do is get a little tight to the broom and maybe punch that one of Cathy's in. That's the only thing she's got to worry about right now.
The ice has been very consistent on all sheets this weekend, or all week long. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, I've talked to the curlers and they've all said that consistent right across from sheet to sheet and stayed that way the entire week.
No nightmares in Drayton Valley then.
Hurry,
No, we didn't
hurry,
lose our
blind,
plant or anything
blind,
like that.
blind,
Cold
blind,
weather. We could have had a little warmer, but that,
blind,
other than that, we don't have
hurry,
control of that.
Hurry, 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 hurry hard. Hurry, guys. Hurry, 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 hurry.
No,
Right
she's
up,
going to rack, I
right
think.
up, right up, right up, right up.
No, so what do I know about curling? Man, a super shot.
You think you could put a cigarette
Super
paper
shot.
between those ones? Well, that was a sweeping play. That one, those sweepers, they carried that themselves and held that one straight. So
They
just
got
shows
it
the
early
importance.
enough,
Yeah,
eh?
it shows you the importance of
Me
the
there.
sweepers.
Maybe we can pick up what they're... No, I guess Cathy's not discussing much there. She knows what she's got to do.
Yeah, I think she's now going to be forced to take one here. Just going to have to come down and sit on top of that one.
Yeah, she'll probably just throw back 4 weight or T-line weight and try and get it with sweeping.
Yeah, it didn't move much there. She just seen what Cheryl's did, so she should be able to, as long as she isn't tight to the broom and got the right weight, she get that one back.
Yeah, that was the danger of her first rock rolling out there when she played that hit. This is exactly what she didn't want to see.
Crowds have been very good all week long. We've packed them in here, upstairs, downstairs, and out on the ice here for the last 2 days for sure. Makes it very enjoyable for the organizers to see such response from local. And we have a lot of people from out of town. Some was far away from Saskatchewan come and watch, some relatives and friends and curlers.
Well, that one's really starting to snap here. They're going to have to work that one hard. Oh, she just rubbed the guard ever so slightly.
Yep.
I think she's going to give up the steal of one to Kullman.
Yeah. Well, we're going to pause again here, guys, and pick it back up on the third rocks in the third end, and hopefully don't miss any of the great action here at the Omniplex in Drayton Valley. Okay, we're back here in the third end, and the play is again sort of Kullman's advantage. She's got 1 rock in play, and Borst just got 2 little ones over there on the side, not even doing her much advantage. Can you kind of recap it here, Ross?
No.
Yeah, it's just been pretty much up and down. Cheryl's trying to go on the offense, and Cathy's playing defense again, as we kind of figured. Cheryl was able to steal one there at last end, so score after 2 ends is 2-0 right now for Cheryl Coleman. And she now has one sitting just biting the 4-foot, and ooh, that guard over curled, Dave.
Curled over a little bit too much, Dave?
Oh yeah, this is a big break for Cathy.
Yeah, if she can get the hit and roll here behind corner, she could pick up her deuce quite easily again.
Looks like it might be just a little.
Yep.
Maybe can't see about half of it. So no, she hasn't got much ice, so it looks like she's gonna figure she can get behind it, tap it, and get a bit of a roll.
Yeah, I think she's playing bumper weight here on this one.
Mo Brown. That's what they. That's the
No,
nickname, Mo Brown.
off. Right off.
Mo Brown's what they call it, yeah.
Right off.
A calming effect to the team, is she?
No.
I don't know what she does. I think she's
No,
pretty
she's got
steady on
nothing.
the team, yeah.
They sort of steadied this one out a little bit, though.
Yeah, you could see you watched her when she was sliding out. She come out a little poorly, and you heard her just as soon as she let it go. She felt that it wasn't a very good delivery, and
That's one thing about this ice. There's no forgiveness, as a Dave. It's just if you don't throw it nice and pure,
Same weight, Karen.
you're in trouble.
So in other words, she sort of threw a little inside out across it a bit.
I think that's what she did there, yeah.
yeah, you can't even do that with board weight, even a draw weight.
Karen Roos delivering her rock. Going to top one on top of the 12-foot on it, do you think, guys?
Yeah, this is going to go around, just maybe
the
go
line.
partly
Hurry,
around
hold
that
the
guard
line.
and top
Hurry,
12 foot
hurry,
and
hurry,
have pressure on
hurry,
Cathy again.
Hurry, all the way, all the way, all the way.
1996,
Hurry,
a really big year here for the
hurry.
Drayton Valley Curling
Easy
Club.
now. Weight only.
Hosting a
Tight. Yep,
Scott
bring it.
Provincial
Yep,
Tournament.
yep.
Is
Come on,
very
come on.
proud to do
Hurry,
that.
hurry, hurry, hurry. That's good.
We've
Nice
also
shot,
got
Karen.
a number of our local events. The men's Bonspiel runs 15th to 18th of February. The ladies the weekend after. And then right after that, we host the Alberta Schools Athletics Provincial High School Playdowns, another provincial championship here in Drayton Valley. And then we have our mixed Bonspiel middle of March, 15th to 18th. And again, summertime, we have our third annual Summer Gold golf tournament, Bonspiel. Give Dave Slachinsky or myself a call, Bruce Clemmer. We can certainly give you all the information and have you down here and enjoy things. Well, she got a...
And the big thing there was she moved it off the 4 foot. She opened up that 4 foot again, but it's still going to give Cheryl a chance to come around there and try and bite that 4. Right hand side.
Once it gets over that center line.
Just maybe
I'll
we
give
can
you
pick
hair
up
on
what
that
they're
last
saying.
one. Look a little bit more. Make sure we get somewhere in the rings. Where do I not want to be? Yes, there's a lot of places I don't want to be. And there. I just don't want to give her a hit and roll line. It's the only thing. So if we're going to be high, leave it high. I don't mind that at all. Okay. If we're going to be open, leave it high.
Yeah, she said if we're going to be open, let's leave it high.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been pretty
This is the one I threw, ran
pretty
straight.
decent in all her shooting all week. So
I think right now the Kullman team just seems to have a little bit of an edge on the Borst team. They seem to be making just that little hit and roll, that extra draw and stuff like that. That so far Cathy's team hasn't been able to quite get it going yet.
well, she's certainly going to pick up one here in this end. It's going to make it awful dicey for her to come back against Kullman. Has been 8-0 for the week.
Well, if you can, it's open. Leave it short. Leave it short. Short's okay. Short's okay. It's wide open. Short's good. Short's good. Short. Short.
She said leave it, leave it open,
Tight,
or leave it
tight.
short if it's going to be in the open.
Hurry, guys. Hurry, hurry. Hurry. Good sweeping. Sweeping, guys.
Very pleased with that one. The 1996 fourth annual World Curling Tour Drayton Valley Fall Classic runs November 1st to 4th in 96. So if anybody's interested in more information about that, by all means get a hold of Ross or myself or Dave and or the Drayton Valley Curling Club, and we'll be very glad to get you to come on down. Last year we had 24 men's and 8 ladies team, including these two teams who were out here curling in that. Deb Santos ended up winning the ladies side of it. Kullman qualified, and Borst had a bit of a tough time on Drayton ice, but I think she's catching on to our Drayton ice now.
Yeah, I think she's having a better go around this time now that she's out here.
Yeah, they both last night said they're comfortable with the ice now, and
Cathy's just trying to intern, come around, take out there. Not taking much ice. It must be fairly straight over there.
Yep. Whoa. Stay clear. Whoa, falling off.
think she's going to get the roll here, but she's going to make contact here.
It's a good shot, though. She stayed right there. It's going to force Cheryl to make a shot now.
So, yeah, I think there was just a little less weight. Take a little more. Sure, I get it.
Yeah, just want to make sure she gets it. That's all she said.
All right.
Well,
Same
the
control weight.
Curters have enjoyed themselves at banquet on Thursday night. Jackie Ray Greening, CFCW, a great job emceeing that. Kept us in stitches. The soup kitchen and the sandwiches the girls thrown on out here in Drayton for the last week long. Everybody's been able to stay put, have a refreshment, have something to eat. It's too darn cold to go outside and run running around much, but
Close. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
It'll be interesting to see what the
Whoa.
Rock reacts here.
yeah, they
Good hit. She just hit it on the nose, and going to force Cathy to do the same thing again here. And who knows, maybe make her take one here if she happens to stay.
yeah, just put her down. Get the little roll out here. Keep the hammer and try and get a deuce back on Kullman. She did give up. Kullman's plays it really quite offensive, and like against Orsini last night, she was up a couple and then dropped a 3-ender to her and didn't phase her. Turn around, bang, come back and laid a 5-ender right back against Orsini, and so she's as she says, she's not checking. She's willing to mix it up, and here's Cathy with her delivery here in the.
This is the final stone here in the third end. They're working hard on this one. She's going to be trying to roll out here, what she wants to do, and blank the end and retain that hammer. She just hung on to pick up on it.
Yeah,
Isn't that the way it goes, guys? Whenever you want to blank, you always have those ones stick around on you. When you want a nose hit, you can't buy one.
Yeah. Well, we're going to pause again, guys, and pick it up on the third rocks in the fourth end. So we get a chance to grab a coffee and warm up a little bit. Well, a few more rocks in play here. Dave, did you give us a quick recap on what's happened so far? Ross, did you?
Yeah, what's happened so far is just the Cathy's team came down and threw up a centerline guard to start with, and Cheryl Coleman just came right around first thing right off the bat and kind of put a little pressure on Cathy. She then was able to come down and split the one that was at the top of the house, forced Cathy to hit one, and now they've drawn back in and are laying two again.
Maybe we'll pick up the discussion here between the Cathy and Maureen.
I try to throw that soft. I almost threw board last time, like that weight.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Got the percentages here after 3 ends of play, and you can definitely see why the Kullman rink is ahead right now. Right now, Judy Pendergast, the lead for the Cheryl Coleman team, is at 92%. Barb Sherrington, the second, is at 92. Karen Roos is at 88, and Cheryl Coleman herself is at 75 for a team total of 86. Only of the Borst team, we have Kate Horn at 83%, Brenda Bomer-Cassidy at 88, Maureen Brown at 58, and Cathy at 42 for a team total of 68%. So there's a definite reason why the Coleman team is ahead right at the moment and keeping the pressure on Cathy.
Left this one out a little bit. I'm going to make contact. Maybe she get a bit of a roll behind. No. She
Well, it's going to be a costing mistake. That's going to leave Charlie in two here with all kinds of guards in front. I think Kath's going to be awful lucky here if she doesn't give up a couple or three possibly.
Remember that happened the other night. Borst was playing against Renee Hanfield, and Renee had about 5 rocks in the house, and Borst had 1 in the house close to the button. And after some shooting and smacking and lots of rocks in play, Borst came through with a steal or 2 on that one.
Yeah, it just takes one good shot to get you out of the end, but right now it's not looking good. You don't want to have to always rely on having to make that perfect shot.
Well, that's right. You always have to make the perfect hit and roll. And sometimes you don't make it and leave them wide open, hit for 3 or 4, and bust the game wide open.
Whoa, room. Yep, 8 foot, come on.
Oh,
That's a
another
great shot by
great
Karen Roos. It's going to come right in on the 4-foot, and it's almost completely buried here.
Good throw, Karen. Sweet.
Karen Roos, all-star third. Yeah, right, just about completely buried.
Did you get a time on that one, Dave, by any chance, to see what that draw came in at?
Yeah, I got a time on that, Ross, and it was about 24 and a half seconds to there. So to the button, it's probably running 25 seconds.
And when you're saying that, that's from hog line to stop of the rock in front of the tee line is what he's commenting on there.
No, she wanted a double or she wanted a roll, and she ended up just with the single. Just not quite getting the breaks here.
They seem to be struggling with lace just a little wee bit. Cheryl seems to have picked it up a little quicker than the Cathy Borst team has.
Board's probably okay. Anywhere between board and control.
Yeah, anywhere between board and control is what she wants. She's she gets the nose hit. Be great. Leave that one in the back. If she happens to take it out, well, that's okay too. But
yeah, if you got a little hit and flop to the outside, she wouldn't be all that disappointed either.
Close.
This is Karen Roos' second shot here in this end.
Hurry!
yeah, she must be a little bit tight.
Whoa. Nice shot, Karen.
Definitely in the action, that girl.
Absolutely a perfect shot. Got a little bit of an outward roll, and I guess that's why she was the All-Star third this year, or at this week.
Well, I'll go for the double
Crowds have
first.
been really good again. I think we're probably looking a little over 400, as we say, and there's some people watching
You want on this side?
the action upstairs in our big screen TV. So we keep most of our patrons very happy at the 1996 Scott Tournament of Hearts here in Drayton Valley.
Yeah, we're lucky in Drayton Valley. We have a really strong curling club. But it's one of the reasons is because of our facility. It's probably one of the better ones in Alberta, and the people in Drayton Valley, they really support the club.
Yeah, something the whole town can be very, very proud of.
The curling club opened in '91. We had our first ice surface opened up, I think, in '89, and we just completed a third phase to it, a bigger arena with higher seating capacity here, which opened up just this summer. So we got a very nice facility, a great campground right next to it. So when we have our summer goal this year, people can come in and park their campers or stay at our host hotel, the West Wind's Black Gold. You gonna try and do the split into the house here? Oh, you could have rolled a little bit too far. Well, she was close to the double and close to the perfect roll, and now she left herself out in the open. Cheryl can get a hit and lay 3.
Yeah, if she can get a good hit and roll here behind Carson, my boy Cathy's in a lot of trouble this year.
She might roll that over to the open on the other side rather than to try and get her in behind.
Yeah, I think she's going to play for the hit and roll to the outside of the sheet there, over to the 12-foot behind that guard.
Nose hit might be your worst case scenario, then it gives something for Cathy to freeze to.
Yeah, that's precisely right.
Yeah,
Yeah, curling, I tell you, it's a game of inches. That rock, if she hits a quarter of an inch more of that rock, she rolls in absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and maybe even get the double.
Yeah, that's right. And Cheryl's going to have the pressure on her. As it is now, it's wide open, and Cheryl's definitely in the driver's seat here. Boy, she could pick up 3 in this end. It's going to be a long old day for Cathy.
Close. Yep. Hurry!
Perfect shot. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Good sweeping, eh? She's
She's
good
just saying,
sweeping,
yeah,
good sweeping.
Thanking her sweepers for good sweeping. Yeah, it was definitely sweepers held the line on that one.
Yeah, she didn't want to roll in behind the 4-foot and give Cathy something to draw up to there.
Let's try a hit and roll, I think.
Yeah, I think Cathy's looking right now at maybe trying to come down and freeze on that one, or just take it out.
Yeah,
And
you got a ways you can roll.
maybe concede
And
1
still
or 2 here.
second shot.
Maybe we pick up what the girls are saying back there.
Hit and roll behind here, eh? You can go that way? Yeah, we can go that way too. Or the corner. I don't think we can get around the corner there.
Hmm?
I don't think we can get enough roll there. Okay. Let's go this way.
Well, looks like the ice she's taken, and she's just going to try and come down in there and just maybe just tap it back and get a bit of a roll, or do you think she's going to try and freeze up to it?
I don't know. I think maybe she's just going to try and bump it and keep her rock and play there and force Cheryl to make a play at it, and hopefully she jams it or maybe rolls her shooter out, or anything can happen. But
She's basically conceding one to her right now, and the possibility, well, basically conceding two to her, the way Kullman's been shooting.
yeah, if she Wells is right on that one. I don't think Cheryl will even worry about it. She'll just draw right to the 4 foot and take her deuce and be happy with that.
I'm a little surprised at this call because I think that she could come around that front guard. I thought that might be her only salvation. If she can come around and even just doesn't even have to bury, she forces Coleman to come with a wider in-turn draw. I don't know why.
Freeze down to the shot rock, like.
Yeah, that's what I think would be.
Yeah. Well, that might be it. I didn't pick up the call. We'll just see. Maybe she is. But I think she's playing to the one on the left side of the house. We'll just see which turn she puts on it.
Yeah, I think she's over the side sig, but I don't think the ice moves that much.
No, she's thrown enough to bump it. She's.
They haven't let her brush this. I don't know. She might be a little wide here. Cheryl's going to have a wide open draw for 3 here. Well, I tell you, that's going to be a long afternoon now for Cathy if Cheryl can make this draw.
Yeah, just not sharp here today. Sunday, the 4th of February, and just not making that little roll, like you said earlier, Dave. I think the one that's going to come out on top is the one that's get that nice little roll, and Borst has just been short of those.
Yeah, they haven't made any. I haven't seen any rolls.
It's a move a little bit, but no great. Watch hopping it when I'm on the line. Just let it kind of come off. So I can throw.
One thing about Cathy, you can never count her out. She's had a dogfight all the way through it here. She qualified at the C event in the zones to get here. She's started out 0-3 right off the bat, and so I guess you never can count Cathy Borst out. This is a final stone here in the 4th end for Cheryl Coleman. Just a free draw for 3.
Line's moving. Take a look. 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 Take a look.
Yeah, haven't let her brush this one again. She is a little warm, it looks like, but
She was warm in the last one where she had the free draw for 2. I think this is going to stick. Well, we've got Kullman with 3. That's going to put her up 5-1. That kind of puts it a little tough for Borst. So what we're going to do is break from the action again here and pick it back up on the next end and keep you right in the action. So. Well, we're back here on the 5th end, and we have quite a few more rocks in play here. Can you just give us a little bit of an up beat on it, Dave?
I think mostly we can just tell you that the Cathy's just kind of gambling for all she's worth right now. She's down 5-1, so she's having to leave a lot of rocks in play, not really hitting anything, just tapping stuff around and stuff like that. And it's not looking too bad for her right now. I mean, there are rocks in play, and here's a break. See, that's exactly what she wanted. Exactly what she wanted. Oh man, she is looking like she can get 3 back now real quick.
I was a little surprised she threw the out turn in that. She said she was scared of the in turn. You know, it wasn't sure how it worked, but boy, that was just a tough shot to play the out turn on.
Cathy can come back, and looks like she's going to play down to that one in the back, but it looks of the ice.
Yeah, she's going to come and freeze on top of it, and like I say, she's looking like in really good shape to pick up 2, maybe even 3 this end.
And this happened yesterday too. A couple of days ago, Rennie Hanfield was down 5-1 against Kullman, and in the 5th end, same end, just before the break, she got 4 back. She was down 5-0 and got 4 back and was 5-4.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing about currently anything can happen now in this free guard zone. This is Maureen Brown, the 3rd for the Cathy Borst team's rock. Now they're working it hard. They want to make sure to get right back on top of that one. They don't want to leave it high or anything. Well, that's a good shot, eh, Dave?
Just what the doctor ordered.
What a shot. What a shot.
Crowd very appreciative. Some fine shot making, Ian.
Dave and I are kind of riddling each other here because I still predicted the Cathy Borst team would be the eventual winner, and he's got the Cheryl Coleman team. So we're already eating Bruce's hot dogs, and Dave's trying to get a hot dog out of me here.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
kidding.
guys had the opportunity to pick first and second. I picked third, but I did pick the semifinalist as well. But
I've heard that same whine all weekend about him getting third pick. And next year we'll give him first choice. How about that, Dave?
that sounds fair. That sounds
We
fair.
might still get hot dogs.
Cheryl's just asking her third bar Bruce to come down and run that red one right back. Oh, unfortunately, she went right through everything. Well, she did get that
Yeah,
back. That was
that's
a good
right.
shot.
It wasn't all
But
bad luck.
Cathy's
there.
still looking at getting 3 here.
That was
Karen Roos, did she come down on her weight a bit, do you think, or just pinched it a touch?
No, she wanted that type of weight, but it just must have over curled just a little because they didn't get on it for halfway down the ice. That's a great shot. Like she took one of the yellow rocks out of play and opened up the one and left her own right on the center line. So she's still sitting good to hit and roll in behind to bail herself out. Cheryl is.
Yeah, she just was late. Top 8. Keep away from any doubles if she
Yeah,
can.
the only danger with this shot is she's going to leave that one yellow one open, and Cheryl can come down and hit and roll behind that red center line guard. She may get herself out of the end here yet. Where would you put this one, Dave? Where would you want to stick this next shot?
I think I would put it right where she's going to put it, just in front of that other. You can't take away. There's going to be a hit and roll no matter where you put it. And sometimes you just don't know where, and you just got to hope the other team doesn't make that roll and then get your hit for 3 or whatever.
Yeah, looks just a little heavier than what she wanted.
Yeah, she's just in the tee line, split apart there, so that's not a bad shot by Maureen Brown. Force Cheryl now. We're going to see what Cheryl does under pressure here. She hasn't had any real tough shots yet this game, so we'll just see how she reacts.
Yeah, she's going to play the one that's more open. Play the percentages.
Yeah, I think she's going to try and maybe get a little roll behind that center line guard and take her chances.
Yeah, that's what she's going to do. She's just worried about a jam, but I guess you got to play that. You can't play 3 shots at once. You got to play one, get your roll. If you get to happen to nip it out in the back there as well.
Yeah, she just wants to make sure she doesn't give up any more than 3 here. She'd
But
like to give up a deuce only, but right now I think she'll be happy if she only gives up a maximum of 3. This is Cheryl Coleman's first rock here in the 5th end.
Come on, she said. It wants it to cut a little bit.
Well, she did exactly the worst thing that could have possibly happened. She jammed it back in those ones at the back, and Cass got wide open and hit the lay 4.
She was a little worried about that jamming on that back one, and her Karen Roos said that no, the jam wouldn't be there if she made the perfect hit and roll. But tough.
It snapped real quick. You know, she was waiting on it. And like I said, they seem to come off the center line quite good if you don't have the bigger weight. They'll curl from center out quite dramatically.
Yeah, this is a big turning point here for Cathy. If she could pick up 3 or 4 here, she's right back in the game, and it's a new ball game.
Do you want to hit it and stay right on the nose? That's not a bad shot.
Yeah,
She
right in
pretty
the
well
nose.
has to, because if not, she's going to run it back on her own if she tries to do any roll.
Yeah, I think if she even hit and rolled out to the outside of the rings instead of towards the center, she'd be happy to. Or right on the nose isn't going to hurt her at all.
Yeah, I think that's what she'd probably like to is roll it out to the 12-foot somewhere. Or over to the 8-foot where with just a freeze wouldn't outshoot it.
Wait, whoa, easy. Whoa.
They're just keeping her clean here. Now they're working it hard. I think she's close.
Look at that. They just get on that, and well, it's going to stay in the rings.
That's a good shot.
Oh, that is about as good as you could absolutely ask for, Dave, because she's just biting the outside, really forcing Cheryl. Looks like Cheryl's going to try and throw some peel weight at these two and try and spill 2 of them out of there and only give up 3 here, possibly.
Give up 3. She's still up 5-4, and hold the hammer. So, you know, it really changed fast for Kullman here. It's surprising, but just a couple of rocks that weren't quite to where they should have been, and bang, all of a sudden, Borst got 4 in the house.
People, sometimes criticize you when you do play this offensive, but it just came down to one terrible break and a little bit of a bad shot by
Roos.
Karen Roos, and that's all it took. But this isn't bad here. If she hits this right on the nose, she's going to be froze too, and Cathy might only end up be able to get one.
Yeah, that's true. Rather than the double, she just played a straight nose and. Yeah, you're right, Dave.
Perfect shot. Absolutely perfect.
And she shot too. Yeah.
And she shot rock, like you say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she wasn't trying to double. She just going to straight nose hit, and.
It looks like Kath's going to have to try and pick this one out of there somehow and see if she can't pick up 3 here.
I don't know whether she can do that. I think if she's going to have to, in order to pick that, she's going to lose her shooter as well as the one in the back. I think my prediction is the most she can get is probably 2.
I guess that's why the Cheryl Coleman rink is at 8-0 with Cheryl throwing bullets like that. That just takes you right out of the fire. And pressure's back on Cathy again here. She had an end she thought was building up for her, and all of a sudden now she's just hitting and hoping that she can remove that one or at least get one point out of this end.
Yeah, I think that last shot that Cathy threw, I was saying rolled to the 8-foot, but she needed to stay right there, I think, and force Cheryl to make the hit and roll.
Yeah, she's throwing good weight.
Yeah, she's playing good stiff weight here. Sounds like she's just going to nose it and pick up one here is all she's going to get. Oh, I think she's going to give up one.
Another one, yep. Curl over, just a matter of inches, and she had finished too strong for her and whatnot, and that's what happened. Well, we're going to have another small break here, and we've got the 5th end break where they're going to do a little ice cleaning, and then they're going to come back with the 6th end, and we'll pick it up on about the 3rd rock and the 6th end as we go. Well, back here on the 6th end right now, and got a few more rocks in play. The Kullman is counting one in the back of the 4-foot, and Borst just went behind that corner guard, and Cheryl's asking Karen Roos to come around and try and tap it out. Little fancy footwork there, but they got themselves out of that. And well, no, I think Cathy Borst's going to turn around and try and maybe put one behind. Yeah, she's tapping there. She's got to get some rocks behind cover and try and get herself a deuce back here in order to get back in the game, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like she's got a little bit started there now with one there in behind until they run that corner off. But yeah, she'll hope that she can bury this one in.
Score very indicative of the stats. Stats are for losers, as they say. But as it is, after the 5th end, we've just been handed the total team totals 83% for Kullman, and Cheryl Coleman herself shooting 80%. The Borst team 68%, and again Maureen Brown and Cathy Borst are both 65%, and Cathy's at 48%. Just not making that extra inch or two, and so 83 to 68%, and that's just about where the scoreboard reads.
Yeah, and that wasn't a very good shot by Maureen Brown just now. You can see it's out there. She was trying to go behind there, and you have to get those rocks into play.
Yeah, I guess she was on a 5-game streak there too, and found herself in a position that playing very strong, and this one here, like I say, is not a strong game for the Borst team.
I think you'll see Cathy will just come down and freeze to that one in the 4-foot and hope she gets a half nose. And
yeah, she missed her chances in the 5th, and those don't come by end after end either. She's got to put a little pressure on Kullman rink here, and
What's that?
not too many people, or not too many of the teams that were successful putting much pressure on Cheryl Coleman and her team from the Winter Club out of Calgary. They curled excellent all week.
Yeah, there was 5 games. First 5 games, she basically didn't play.
Well, at least if
10
he
ends.
breaks, it'll come on this
First
one,
4
I think,
games,
eh?
and that's indicative of her offensive
Right
play,
here.
and it's been working for her this week.
Always got to come down with a good freeze here. Going to get ourselves back in the action. Big thank to Videotron, as we say, for all their efforts. Dale Haig and
Just for weight,
his
guys.
crew to be here.
Katie, just for weight.
Jeff Romaine, our
Whoa.
roving camera today, has done an excellent job.
Whoa.
A few close-ups
Yep.
there. Actually, we were talking. I was talking with Ross. I said these close-ups. We noticed that our other column commentator, Dave Sachinsky, that we were wondering whether Cheryl Coleman or Dave had longer hair, and we now know that it's Cheryl Coleman. Does have a little bit longer hair.
Yeah, I was just upstairs there, and Brent from he says, "You look like Cheryl Coleman from the back." I says, "I sure wished I looked like her from the front."
You guys better watch it here now.
Well, it's warming up a little bit out here for us guys. We went up and just to grab a coffee, and the action out there has got to be nice and warm for the Kullman rink, and a little bit chilly for the Borst rink. Like I say, the CIBW, Mel at Big West Country, CIBW, have done a fantastic job of keeping all the people in Drayton Valley abreast in the area of the results of the week-long draws. And wait till this shot is complete.
There's a break from
No.
Cathy now. Well,
Yeah, she pinched it a little bit.
Yeah.
She said, sorry, guys. Edmonton Sun, again, a sponsor along with CFCW. Colin Gogowski out here giving us good coverage. Ray Chachansky from the Journal. They were very impressed with the field of curlers. They mentioned that any one of 4 teams would have been an excellent representative for our
Right?
Alberta. And it certainly is. Maybe we can pick up what Cathy Borst is saying right now in the house.
Here for a draw. In here, they just sit. You can come that side if you want. You just gotta go out further.
Okay. This went to the line, right? In practice.
A little bit in. A little bit less. Went to the line. You want to bite
Yeah,
the top
just
4.
outside of 4 went to the line. Actually, across line. We went here. It'll curl, actually. Now that I think of it.
she's just playing the come around there, Bruce.
Yeah, they were just talking about what it did in practice. They said it came. That's enough ice. It'll come at the end in order to get behind. And again, I think she just wants to be in front of the tee, fully behind cover. She's got to make tougher shots for Cheryl Coleman here.
And if she leaves it in front of the tee, there's always a chance that Cheryl may jam it back on one of those 2 runs that are sitting behind the tee line there. This will be Cathy's first rock here in the 6th end.
Where do you think she's putting this one? Not behind cover, not with that much ice.
No, I don't think she. I think she's just throwing out in the open there and letting
Well-
Cheryl hit it and see if she can jam maybe.
That might be true. When I thought she was saying that, that's enough ice in order to get. But the looks of the ice, you're right. It doesn't look as though she's going to have enough to go behind cover. She's maybe just going to put it full 8 or top 8.
Yeah, it looks to me about full 8.
Well, we'll see here, guys. You play here all year, I guess, as I do.
Lots of room.
Yeah, it looks like she's maybe just a touch hot.
Whoa! Whoa, don't set him up.
Yeah, they want to get it too deep, give Coleman a chance for a double. But where she wanted it, she's looking maybe to maybe get a jam back on one of the other ones, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's trying. She just wanted to get in for second shot, make sure she was there for second, and see what Cheryl does here now. Cheryl's not worried if she gives up a pair here in this end. She's not worried at all. She did.
Maybe we can pick up what Cheryl's talking with her third cue. Oh, I guess Cheryl's mic's down right now. It's not working. They're sizing up. They just want to make sure that when they make the hit, they don't jam it on something there in the back.
I don't see Cheryl hitting the front one. I
No,
think
I
she'll
think
hit the one that Judy was pointing to, try and roll in off of it. And
Yeah, stay away from the top one.
Ross, what would you probably do in this situation? Throw it a little out and run that yellow one onto the red? That's probably what I'd do. And
It wouldn't be that I'd try to. It's what the end result would likely end up being. I've always had the greatest intentions when I'm sitting in that hack, but my skill level is not quite what Cheryl Coleman's is.
yeah, I see my one of my curlers, Ray Shapka, he's standing over there, and my second on Makaborski, and I think that's probably what they're thinking. After the play downs, they probably think, well, if that was Dave throwing right now, I sure wish it would have been Cheryl.
But I thought you always said that your team doesn't think.
I never said that, Bruce.
Oh. Snapped a bit on her.
Oh, an absolutely perfect shot again by Cheryl Coleman.
Oh, good sweep.
Missed anything today.
A dandy.
Bro, Cathy's going to have to...
Which one's second shot, guys? Is that red one in the back second shot, or is the Borst rock up on top second shot?
Tough to tell for this angle, Bruce, which it is. All I know is that Cathy's going to have to make a great shot here to even count one. I guess that's why Cheryl Coleman is currently at 80%. She's not missing anything.
Boy, yesterday.
Well, maybe pick up what the girls are talking about right now. Well, she's definitely going to play the rock that's in the back of the 4-foot, and know she'll get the one and measure if it's close for the two. Kind of looks as though that yellow rock in front is second shot. Our advantage is the middle of the sheet on next to the players, so we just can't seem to. We can guess, but we can't pick up the exact distance.
This is a very big shot for Cathy. She can't afford to give up any more here, or this one could be just about over.
Hanging a bit on her.
It's coming. It'll come at the end. He's got nice weight. It'll come. It's a perfect shot.
Yeah, get a very nice shot here. Very nice shot. Oh my goodness sakes! It did get a bit of a rub too. No, she just not
I think
getting
it was
into
one
her old
more
breaks,
red.
but again, it just didn't finish across for it. One more red that makes it 7-1 now, and.
If she threw that, looks like as well as she could throw it.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to come off that line. It just sort of held itself right there.
Well, we're back here again on the 7th in, and a few more rocks in play, but not as many. Karen Roos will chase the guard off, keep it open.
Yeah, what's happened in this end is basically they threw up a corner and then they got one nose hit on another corner and then went right in behind. And now they'll probably just put another guard on that one and hope that they get another nose and get another in behind and try for 3.
I noticed that the awards that we have here for the girls, we have the some gold and silver Tournament of Heart pins, very pretty. I was looking at them a little earlier, and along with the Scott Tournament of Hearts provincial plaque. So it's they get some jewelry for their efforts as well as being Alberta champions. Well, they go on the other side here. Okay, they got a corner guard up.
Yeah, Cathy's going to play desperate here. She's going to pull out every stop she's got now. She's starting to run out of ends and down by 6. Not a very enviable task.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for any other ones.
That's the plaque that the girls' names will be engraved on and displayed, I believe, in the host club, like the winning team's club. Is that where they put the
I think
plaque?
so, yep. And you get to show your colors in the host club. They're indicating she's a little bit more weight than last time. They communicate very well. That's important for any team. Does your team communicate really well with you, Dave? Most cases?
Most cases, they really communicate well.
You mean-
I'm lucky. I've been with the same guys for about 15 years. We have one newcomer to our team, Lee Hodgson. He's been there about 6, but we really get along well together.
The comment I hear most on Dave's team is nice miss bonehead. That's the one I
Yeah,
hear
that's
most often, but I don't know what that means.
I
Must
hear it
be,
more than you.
Yeah, more than likely. Got Maureen Brown here, Cathy's third, about to throw her first rock. I think where's Cathy going? Is she going to run that corner guard again, Bruce or Dave?
I'm not sure where she's going. I think
To
she's
see
trying to
which-
go around the one in the house. I think if I were her, I would put another corner in front of that one.
Yeah, they're
Try
going
and
in
get
behind
3.
again.
Got lots of room.
You hide behind anything that's there, I guess.
It's way out there.
If you put up another corner guard, there's a possibility of a nose hit, and who knows, maybe you get 3.
Lots of room. Just here. Just freeze. Whoa, whoa. there's
Again, big thank to all the red shirt volunteers here, 140 strong for the
Okay, that's a good shot.
Scott Tournament of Hearts here in Drayton Valley, and from everything from the girls
hit it
that
here.
helped out Larry and the
Doesn't look like
stats,
it moves all that
the
much.
data entry and all the
Just gonna throw
computers,
control.
all that information back to all the media. And a great job. Larry said they were very happy with their efforts there. And all parts of the venue, the drivers, we had Nova Gregor driving one of the teams, and Jim Crow, also one of the drivers, Ann Crow and Anita Layden, co-chairman of this Scott Tournament of Hearts. They haven't had as much sleep as they wanted to, but they've done a fantastic job to bring it here to Drayton Valley. But when we made that bid some 3 years ago, Ross, I remember you came to me and said, do we have a piece of paper here? Do we want to shoot for provincial playdowns in the Scott Tournament of Hearts? And I said, yeah, let's go for it. And that's where we are at today.
That was a matter of just putting the bid in and then letting the Northern Alberta Ladies Curling Association look at all the bids and decide where they wanted to put it. And we were lucky enough to get it here in Drayton Valley. 2 guys I think we really have to mention. They're kind of behind the scenes and stuff like that, but the 2 guys we should mention are Jim Crow and Clarence Layden. I don't think they've seen their wives in almost a week here, and I know they're doing everything. I've seen Jim up there washing tables for Ann, and I've seen Clarence draping around for Anita, and those 2 guys have worked as hard as anybody. So thanks to Clarence and Jimmy.
They're going to sit back and relax next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I don't think it's over yet. I think
Yeah, we can do that too.
No,
Keep
that's
that
for sure. Let's pick up what the girls are saying in the house there.
Yeah, if you touch it back, you have to be shot. Otherwise, she'll draw the open side.
Can't see enough of that more, I don't think.
Okay.
Mind you, we're setting her up for trouble anyways, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're playing that one. Okay, we'll try and get around.
I missed the guard by like more than a rock width. Like I have a ton of room.
Okay, try there. What'd you throw here? 13 and a half?
Yeah, well, looks like she's going to try to come around there and maybe just tap her own back.
Well, that's okay though.
Or maybe not. I'm not sure here. We'll see where she's got her ice
I think she's just playing the tap back on her own. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing here with that ace.
on her own rock.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
If it's hanging, play that.
And then try and play the Coleman rock out with her next and try and get a deuce and get back into this.
Yeah, try and make sure I'll shoot at hers, and maybe she misses, maybe she only catches it thin, who knows, and then possibly get 3.
The way she's going, I bet she'd like to get 1 right now, just to make you know how that happens sometimes. You get saying, geez, I need that deuce, I need that 3, and then all of a sudden you say, God, if I can get 1, get back in here, and then maybe I can set up a house to steal 1 going the other way.
Yeah, the problem with our team is that we get the hammer and we never get rid of the darn thing. So sometimes that hammer is the worst thing to have.
Whoa! Whoa! No, it'll curl. Whoa!
I think she's not quite where she wants to be either. She's going to
Whoa! Whoa!
Starting to come now.
come off that red one.
Yep.
I don't know if she got in for shot. No, I think Cheryl still landed shots. So I think you're going to see Cheryl split the house here, and yeah, that's exactly what she's going to do.
almost perfect, but not quite.
Yeah.
Just
I need to curl about another, 2 or 3 inches, and would have been right there.
Yeah, she's maybe pick pick up what Cheryl's talking to Karen about.
No double if you're anywhere here. There. A little bit. Yeah.
No, definitely going to split the house.
Yeah, she splits the house there. Kath's got nothing but a hit for one, and Cheryl doesn't mind giving up one here to get the hammer back.
Yeah, even if she does happen to be a little heavier light, the next shots, Cathy's got to be pretty precise in order to pluck the red one. Looks like it sort of froze up there a little bit as well.
Well, I think she's got to make sure she gets this one in. That other one.
Yeah, you don't want to give somebody three here.
Give 'em three.
No.
Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. It's not moving. Not moving. Not moving.
So take a look, the skip says, just to make
Eyes,
sure
guys,
I'm not going to be
eyes.
too heavy.
Eyes.
Yeah, there. Lay off it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where she sits. She can be anywhere as long as she's second shot. That's all she's got to be. No, Cass looking at the almost impossible double here, possibly. But it's
Yeah.
desperation time for Cathy. No, I think she's just drawing down for one. Play the 8th end and see what happens.
Yeah, get one here, go back on 8, see what you can mix into the pot and see what'll come out of it. Yeah, it's been a long week. Started on Tuesday, gone with a round robin. Last year they played that page system and they started on a Tuesday, or Wednesday was it last
Wednesday
year?
night they started on last
You
year.
were down in Medicine Hat last year and watched a good portion of that.
Yeah, I saw the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday draws, and had to get home for Saturday. But yeah, the curlers, I don't know, they enjoyed having to only have to start on Wednesday. This year they had to start on Tuesday. They all take an extra day of work off, and so there were some grumblings about that. But it doesn't matter what you do; you're not going to please everybody all the time.
No, that's for sure. Only for line.
Oh, she's heavy here. She's going to have to be on that.
She's going to come over enough. Yeah, she's got one.
Yeah, she got her one there. Well, that's going to make it 7-2 after 7 ends for the Cheryl Coleman rink.
Well, as you can see, the crowd here, there's a few of them left after the 5th, and well, maybe they just went for a coffee and they're back here again. The upstairs lounge, they're watching a lot of the curling on the big screen TV, and as well downstairs. So crowds have been excellent, and support has been excellent here, and like I say, people from all over our area are in here watching games. The pass for the full week was $20, a real great buy. Each game was worth $3, or for the day was $5. So it was a good buy for anybody that wants to watch top class curling in our area.
Well, they're working this one hard, trying to get Kate over that center line, or that hog line. It's kind of nice too. We look around the crowd here, and you can see Diane Foster, one of the competitors. She was out, didn't even make the playoffs, but she stuck around and still here watching. I'm sure she's pulling for the Cheryl Coleman rink, because Diane was out of the Airdrie club, so pulling for the South team, I'm sure.
Poor Kate there. She just, you know, you got to be a little bit down. You're this far back, and you're at the Canadian, you know, into the finals in the Canadians last year, and 8th end, and that's just not like her to turn around and throw one there and be short of the hog. I'd make you buy a round if you did that, but I don't think Kate's going to have to buy anything after that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, because now the free guard zone is gone for him. Cheryl will be able to start hitting this one right away.
Kate Horn's husband is a coach of the team, and Daryl Horn, and said that the week long has been pretty good for them. They started slow, but they were looking forward to today's game, and if they could pull off another upset victory over Cheryl like they did last year, they'd be quite happy. But as you say, Cheryl's team has been very strong throughout the whole week, and strong in today.
I had the privilege of working with all of the officials that come out from Nalka and Salka and the Peace Country, and they were a great bunch of people to work with. Hazel, the head official, and I tell you, a lot of people put a lot of time into that, and it was a really learning experience for me all the time. I worked on about 6 different draws. Very good.
How was Judy Pendergast lead? Very strong all week with her curling as well.
Yeah, I think she was last records we had. She was at 85%. I'm sure she's likely close to 90 now.
And Brenda Bomer Cassidy, second for the Borst team. She had a couple bad games earlier on in the week, but they brought it around, and this is the second feature game of the Borst team. Actually, the third. The first game was against Cheryl Coleman here on the opening day, and they came up a little bit flat as well, and Cheryl beat her in that game.
Yeah, this has got to be some bittersweet revenge for Cheryl Coleman this year. Last year she had basically the title ripped away from her by Cathy, and so I think this year is going to be pretty sweet for them.
Come on. Good one, Barb.
Barb Sherrington, the second for the Coleman rink.
I can also say big thanks to Ron Cutting. He did a great job on the ice. He was around here, I think, 25 hours a day. That poor guy. He was checking plants and shoveling snow and putting up draping and carrying tables. And I know Ann had him running in 20 different directions at a time and stuff like that. So big thanks to Ron Cutting on the good job that he's done here on the ice this week.
Well, throw another one up. Try and get a nose hit or a flash, and you get something happening. But it's just not happening on behalf of Coleman. They've been very sharp. We've got these hogline officials. I'm amazed at the concentration levels of these. They have to sit there and concentrate only on the red line and look up only across at the hogline official on the other side.
Yeah, I'm sure there's times when they'd like to have a little snooze there or read a book or something, but they've done a great job all this week.
Nice shot, Barb. Sweet.
This Coleman team, they don't really have any weak points. They're able to peel, they're able to draw, they're able to hit, they're able to do just about any shot you want here. So they're a pretty fine team.
They must have a few rabbit's foots there, because I noticed on the evening of their banquet, there was some draws. They had a bunch of giveaway prizes and whatnot, and the Coleman ring won three prizes out of the 4. So maybe they have a little bit of charm, good luck, and
maybe that Drayton's just their good luck town, and who knows, maybe they're all going to move up here or something like that. We could be so lucky.
I wouldn't want them curling in the men's league against me. I don't know about you, Dave. You'd learn a few things, I think.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they did, but I think they'll stay in Calgary and curl there.
I believe so. Karen Roos here, again trying to remove a rock just in front of the house.
It's funny how last night's draw we had all synthetic brooms on the ice. Tonight's draw we've got 4 synthetic brooms and 4 hair brooms out on the ice. The Kullman rink likes to use the hair brooms, whereas the Borst rink is all using those synthetic brooms.
I see Cheryl's got a synthetic, but the other 3 girls all got the hair.
Yeah, those crooked hair brooms.
Yeah, Ross used to be former ice maker here in Drayton, and people tend to keep a hair broom maybe just a little too long and use it off the, knocking the snow off the car and brushing the shoes off, and they tend to bring in a little bit of garbage or stuff like that. But the synthetics definitely are cleaner for everybody playing the game.
I think Maureen's going to be just about sliding into the house here. She's a good shot. She's just in front of the house here.
That's good weight. Same. One more.
Yeah,
Well,
keep the weight up.
So far there's been 6 guards thrown and 6 peels. So I think this end here is going to be a blank end.
It just goes to show how well these girls throw from Coleman's team. They never play peel probably the whole tournament yet, or actually maybe they did because they've been up on others. But they're peeling and they're only using just normal weight. They don't up their weight and go crazy like some league teams do. They have to play peel and they just can't do it.
You can see the smiles on these girls' faces compared to the Borst team. It's just that they've been, on their game, and
I'd be smiling too if I was up 7-2 after 7 innings of playing, had a chance to go to the Canadian Nationals. Jeez, I'd have a big smile on my face.
Thunder Bay, in about 3 weeks' time, they go down to
Yeah,
Thunder Bay.
something like that. Yeah, I'm sure if I was in their position, you'd have to pull me out of the rafters. I'd be throwing that rock overhand by now.
Yeah, you wouldn't just be smiling, you'd probably pee your pants, Ross.
A good possibility. I'd sure like to have the opportunity someday to be there. Maybe I'll have to be like that guy in BC and have a whole bunch of money and buy a good team or something like that. And I see he didn't even make it out of BC either.
Not too tight.
No, I never heard who did make it out of BC. Did either of you guys? I know Rick Folk didn't make it.
No, I haven't heard any
I
of those
didn't hear either.
The ladies playdowns in Thunder Bay. We've heard that Marilyn Dart of Ontario, and
Colin
also
Jones from Nova Scotia.
right,
She's going to be there.
Lila Birdie's back because she was Canadian champion last year, and as well a girl by the name of Church out of Saskatchewan. I didn't hear any on BC. Maybe they haven't finished their playdowns yet for the ladies.
No, actually, every province has been decided. Alberta is the only province that hasn't been decided yet. We're the only one.
Well, I think a representative we're going to have, this lady in the hack right now, Cheryl Coleman, former provincial champion a few years back. And again, right now, I think she'll represent us very, very well.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to be sitting there watching TV in a couple of weeks there, watching her, and knowing she was right here, right in downtown, sunny, beautiful Drayton Valley.
Sunny, but not warm.
I didn't say warm. Good peel, just out. Cass is going to be forced to put this one in the rings, and Cheryl's going to have nothing but a wide open hit at it.
Where do you put it? I guess all you can do is throw it in the house and hope for a miss, eh?
Yeah, so I do, or hopefully she hits it on the nose and stays in there, and you get hammer back. I don't know.
Hammer back down 6, going to 9th. A little tough, but oh well.
I was reading up on the NACA, what's going on in there, and I guess in the A final, Ken Hunka defeated Marv Worth last rock, and Kevin Martin, he's in the B event still. He's trucking along in there.
So Kenny's got a berth to provincials in already.
Yep.
Yeah, it's being held in Leduc this weekend.
The Northern.
Yeah, Northern Men's is in Leduc this weekend.
Well, she's hoping this has come to rest somewhere into the rings. And Coleman will take a crack at it and maybe roll it out of the rings, go for the blank.
I don't think Cheryl really cares if she hits and stays or hit and rolls out here.
Just make contact.
Make contact, don't give one up. That's all you worry about.
You can see by the clock too, the Kullman rink is 23 minutes 30 seconds, and the Borst rink is 15 minutes 9 seconds left in their game. And that's the thing, is because Kullman's been throwing so many more takeouts, and Borst team is trying to throw the come-arounds, the draws, and it does take a little bit more time for that. They've both been allowed 73 minutes to play the game, and there's ample time to finish off. She's close, she said. So.
I don't think there's anybody that gets into the game quite like Cheryl does. Well, you look at her eyes, and she is so intent when she's throwing that rock. Yeah, I think she's going to pick one up here. So it's going to make it 8-2. Looks like we're going to be playing 9 now. So after 8 ends play, it is 8-2 for Cheryl Coleman.
Yeah, like you say, you only get this close to the provincial playdowns every so often, and you'd hate to say, well, I better shake hands. You say, well, anything can happen, free guard zone.
Yeah, Cathy, that one end had something going. She had a chance almost to get 4 there, so hey, you never know. It might happen again. I kind of doubt it, but it just might.
Steve Pendergast, 100% on that shot. I was noticing on the statistics, if there is one where they throw it through the house, it's not counted as part of the statistics. I was noticing that they it is just considered a no shot, and they use it for other percentages, or use the all the shots for percentages.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So we're learning stuff all week long here, Bruce.
Well, our president has been handing me sheets determining the statistics. So, yeah, I've at my age, I'm still learning. My team keeps telling me that I should do a little bit more learning about skipping the game as well.
Less visiting, more skipping? Is that what they tell you?
That's what they tell me. But isn't this a fun game? Well, for Cheryl Coleman it is. For Cathy Borst right now, it's not much fun.
Yeah, out in the ice, you're the only teams out here, and you got nowhere to hide. You can't crawl on the ice anywhere.
Boy, it's one thing here. It's nice to have that free guard zone. I heard that the CCA might have to, or I don't know what kind of votes there'd be, but they might go to a 4-rock rule where you can knock your own rock out. And I don't really like to see that. What do you think about that one, Bruce?
Well, I wasn't in favor of the free guard zone to begin with because I started curling back way in the 50s and I thought, well, what do we want to change this? But for crowds and for everyone involved, it's put a whole bunch more better shot making strategy. Where I've seen world-class curling years back where the score was 2-1. They blanked end after end after end, and this is much more enjoyable to sit and watch. The 4-rock zone, I think that's just maybe taking it one step too far.
Yeah, they've been playing at the Worlds here, I think the last couple of years. Yeah, I don't know. You could sure get into a lot of trouble. Like even with 3 rocks, you can get a pile of rocks and play. You get 4 rocks in there, and I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Like you say, we didn't like the free guard when it first came in. And now we kind of enjoy it. Everybody's accepting it. Maybe it's going to take a few years, and the 4 rock will be here, and we'll have to learn to accept it. Oh, there's a big miss.
Well, big if it would have been a little earlier on, but right now bearing is only just slight on the outcome, I believe.
Yeah, the crowds here, they still haven't diminished at all. People came here to watch 2 good curling teams, and they're staying right till the end to watch them.
Yeah, sure. You kind of want to be around here to watch the presentation, and you never know when Drayton Valley might get another provincial or something like that. It might be a while before we get one, so may as well make the most of it and take it right to the end.
Yeah, I'd like to thank our cameramen who've been hanging in here and staying warm. Arnie Hytola has done all 3 games for us. Thanks to Arnie on that. Dion Canneller, today's game. David Lapointe on the other draws, and Jeff Romaine has been in on this one. Has done a fantastic job of getting those close up, showing the looks on the girls' faces when it's been good or bad.
Yep. Whoa.
And Dale Haig, our director in the van. Thanks, Dale. We appreciate the efforts of Videotron and yourself.
That was Judy Pendergast made that hit. Her husband came down to our Fall Classic this year, and didn't.
Yeah, they didn't quite qualify. They lost 2 qualifying finals.
Yeah, so I imagine he might be down here watching Judy curl too.
Yeah, the World Curling Tour Fall Classic that we have here, a really big event, and the pulls in really good crowds as well. Not quite what we have here for the Tournament of Hearts, but some really big crowds, and 30,000. Actually, it was $33,000 in cash prizes handed out last year. Our winner last year was Brent McDonald from Leduc. The year before it was Kevin Martin, and the first year winner was Rob Schlender out of Leduc. So it's first-class curling and great shot making, and that goes November 1st to 4th in 1996.
You get some stats here, Dave, up to this point?
Yeah, I do, Ross here. So far, up till now, Judy Pendergast from the Kullman rink first is curling 87%. Barb Sherrington curling 86. Karen Roos is curling 83. And Cheryl Coleman is curling 81 for a team total of 84. On the Cathy Borst rink, the front ender is curling wonderful too. Kate Horn is curling 80. Brenda Boomercast is curling 83. Maureen Brown curling 70, and Cathy is curling 58. Team total is 73. So they're just down a little bit. They're not as sharp as Coleman rink.
Yeah, and that kind of reflects in the scoreboard as well. I think the big end was at the 5th end when Cheryl Coleman made that nose hit right on the nose there to stick around, and Cathy was looking like she might get 2 or 3 and didn't get any at all.
Well, a little bit of hope there, I guess. They got a bit of a guard and a rock in behind it. She's playing board weight. Going to tap it out and see what happens. And there's our all-star third, Karen Roos.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Hurry! 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 Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, it's not a bad shot at all.
It's a good
Peeled off
shot,
both
Karen.
guards, rolled a shooter into the house, or just about to the house. That's not a bad shot.
No, that's right. She's keep it clean.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do there is come out and throw it a little wide and don't get anything, and then, boy, you could be in trouble for giving up 3 real quick.
What?
Gonna come around the guard from the outside. That way, she's gonna leave it so
Heavier.
sort of eliminate or put her in a position that Coleman can't make a double. If she comes around on the center line and that would give her a better opportunity to double off Cathy's right. This way, she's gonna come around the outside of her of the Kullman guard that's out front.
Way out here.
They want it to curl a little bit. It looks like it's hanging out there,
Whoa,
but
it's followed the whole way. Okay, that's good.
it's in the rings, but
Good.
it just didn't curl up there at all.
No, it didn't move at all there. They're saying it was backing up all the way.
They're smiling, saying to themselves, "Why?" You know, it just didn't. Just sometimes how you deliver it. I've seen you throw the odd one out like that. We've curled together a bit, Ross. Is that a tendency?
The odd one, or do you mean majority of them? You're being nice to me. Thanks, Bruce.
Pretty snaky.
Crowd's picked up here quite a bit. I see the cameras from a few station ITV out of Edmonton here. It looks like they're shooting the final results.
That's been nice. We've had great media coverage this week. Can't complain about that. Kind of putting Drayton Valley on the map.
Well, you know, something I'm really impressed with ladies curling now is the amount of rotation they get on the rocks and stuff now versus what they used to years past. And it's very important to do that in this Coleman rink and Cathy Borst. Well, they have great coaching. And they teach them to do that now. And hopefully when they get, when Cheryl gets to the Canadians, she can teach Alberta a little bit about that, because I know Alberta, she's lucky if she gets one rotation. It's amazing how much she wins, but she doesn't throw it like the men do.
Yeah, they get good full rotation, 3 or 4, sometimes 5 rotations of the rock from one to the other, where that seems to cost you if you end up getting that 1.5 to 2. It sometimes bites in and curls a bit too much with trying to come around guards. I've noticed that here, especially on league curling. You know, somebody just throws a little lazy handle, it tends to bite in a little too quick.
Well, you got that hot shooter Earl Nixon on your team, and I don't know how much handle does he put on there.
Well, a little less than what I want sometimes. I do that too, and get yelled at periodically.
You're gonna have to ask your wife about that Monday night mix when I spared for you, Bruce, when she had Mr. Dale Mahan drawn for 7 against her in the first end.
Yeah, she said she wasn't sure how that happened. Well, gonna bump it a bit. Yeah. I think Cheryl's gonna.
I don't think she's gonna worry about that one, the shot. I think she's gonna come and hit this one that's wide open, maybe, and just say, "Kath, you can have 2, and I'll take hammer. Come home with 4 up."
Yeah, that's a good point.
I like this.
No, like she's gonna play it.
So much for that.
They were looking at it though for a second there.
I think what they're doing is looking at playing it thin, maybe come across 4-2. Or maybe the way they're looking
No,
at
they
it,
just
she's
didn't want to
taking
jam
maybe
it.
just a nose, even if
she doesn't care. She just wants to get out of there and make sure she doesn't jam it on that back one. That's all.
Yeah, she'll be hitting this on the outside of the rock, I'll bet you.
Yeah, give Kath 2 if she wants to.
Concentration in the hack.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Get. Hurry, 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 hurry. Whoa.
No.
Whoa. It's okay.
Great shot by Cheryl Coleman again.
Well, Cathy Borst needs a double to get the deuce.
Yeah. She doesn't get this one. I think we could hear some Velcro ripping and some hands being shaken here.
I think you're right, Ross.
Got a hit on the inside, eh?
Well, even with a deuce, they're still going to put her 4 down coming home. A pretty tough task.
That's one thing about Cathy, though. Again, I talked about Simone Hanfield and the classy lady she was, and win or lose, she was always smiling. Cathy's about the same way. She win or lose, she's always smiling. Maybe the smile's a little brighter when she's winning, but very classy lady, and just a joy to have her out here in our facility curling away this week.
Yep. Hurry, hard.
A chance for the deuce. No, sir.
No, I think
Single.
she's across, and I think she's giving one
No.
up. No.
One red.
I heard Velcro
There it
ripping,
is.
and there it is. There's your
Yeah.
champion right there, 1996. Alberta Scott Provincial Champion is Cheryl Coleman.
And the crowd has given him a big round of applause. Yeah, two very strong teams, and they're shaking hands and giving one another hugs, and their cameraman shooting shots all over the place here. Yeah, week-long effort by all teams, and only one is the wins the last game as the champion, and with the Cheryl Coleman rink, they're off to Thunder Bay, and we were very, very happy to be able to bring this to you. Well, we're going to pause here in a little bit, and then we're going to come back with a recap, and if we're lucky, if the media doesn't gobble all up, we can maybe get a interview with Cheryl Coleman.
Oh, shit.
I know. I know. That was good.
Well, that concludes the 1996 Scott Tournament of Hearts here in Drayton Valley. The action was great all weekend, or throughout the whole week. Dave, any highlights that you could maybe fill us in on that you thought that stood out for the week?
Boy, I don't know, Bruce. The highlights that stick out in my mind is the caliber of curling that the ladies are nowadays. It's just phenomenal, the percentages they're shooting, and just by watching the Kullman rink today, that's what you're seeing so much now.
Ross, how about the crowds, the people, and stuff like that? Not too many negatives, quite a few positives throughout the week as well, eh?
Well, that's for sure. I did not hear one negative comment by any of the crowds, by any of the curlers. They all enjoyed the ice, the facility. The whole thing was just run great. That's a hats off to Anita and Ann and their organizing committees and stuff like that to pull off a function like this. One thing I want to say, the highlight for me this week was having both Renee and Simone Hanfield here. I think that's likely the first time they've ever had a mother-daughter in the provincials and curling against each other. That was quite a highlight for me, I think.
Yeah. The event itself, and we're getting close to the closing ceremonies, and we'll try and pick some of that up here after we're through, is that Drayton Valley really had done a fantastic job of hosting this, and maybe we'll shoot for some more bigger and events such as this, like maybe the men's playdowns. We'll do our darndest to do the best job we can here in Drayton Valley. So on behalf of myself, Bruce Clemmer, and my co-guys here, Ross Foster and Dave Slaczynski, we're very proud to do it, and thanks to Videotron and all the volunteers again for 1996 Tournament of Hearts. We're glad to be able to bring this to you.